The wicked and the wounded have the same manifestation. Hello and welcome to Black Swan Relationship Academy, right here where I teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, high worth woman that high quality men find completely irresistible. Can I get an amen? I am your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. I'm your course creator and the CEO of Black Swan Relationship Academy. And I am the auntie, sister, friend, but everybody fondly calls me Mama Swan. And I am very honored to be everybody's Mama Swan. Okay, so welcome to this channel. Today we are going to be talking about the wounded and the wicked. I want to make a very strong distinction, and this is something that I have, sadly, being an empath, learned a little bit late in the day. But before I go any further, do you like my little beanie hat? This is from Lakaya, so you can actually, I will leave the link below, and I'll show you some pictures from our winter white photo shoot. So, you know, we're bringing it to you, okay? So, as you know, I am an ambassador for the Lakaya UK brand, and we do these beautiful, amazing shoots with her creations. So I do want you to just go right ahead and go to the link in the description box below and get yourself some pretty winter white. So this is why I'm wearing this hat indoors, okay? All right, so moving forward, wicked people, there are human beings in this world that I call wicked. Under the title of wicked, only because it sounded good for the video title, what we have are narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, and generally unkind humans who are just unkind. They may not be narcissists, but they might just be very, very selfish or just generally unkind, and it kind of works for them. But that's what I mean about wicked people, okay? And then you have wounded people. These are people who are wounded deeply and have not been able to handle some of the stuff that their wounds properly. These are people that live from their wounds, and as a result, the people that are wounded, they're not driven by a desire to harm, to manipulate, to hurt anybody. Most times these men really truly believe they're good people. They're probably, and in many ways, known as good people. They're generous, they're kind, they help out in the community, they have a lot of great qualities. But how they self-regulate and meet the unmet emotional needs from childhood or in their lives, they haven't upgraded their strategies to get them in a healthy way. And so they will resort to toxic ways of getting those needs met, because the wound is what is leading. The pain is what is leading. And if nobody ever modeled for them a high value way of dealing with or asking for their needs to be met in a loving way, what they're going to do is find toxic ways of dealing with you. Now, I want to just say that we have, a wicked man and a wounded man will cheat on you. The wicked man is going to cheat on you because he feels entitled to have every woman in the world be his woman. The wounded man is going to cheat on you because that is how he self-regulates his idea of validation. This is how he gets a feeling of validation. He's chasing an emotional high. He's not just chasing the physical outcome. A wicked person just wants to use humans to just enjoy himself and gets a sexual thrill from that person, that person, that person, and that person. And a wounded person is really in search of co-regulation. They want intimacy, but they're afraid of it. They're afraid to ask for intimacy. They're afraid to open themselves up to intimacy. So sex is the nearest form of intimacy that they can find, and cheating might just be because in this relationship they're not getting the validation, they're not getting the intimacy, so they're looking for that. A wicked person, a wicked man will ghost you Often it's because he's seeking control, because he wants to get you addicted, he's playing games. It's all about control, it's all about manipulation, it's all about that. And a wounded man can ghost you because perhaps you trigger something in him. Perhaps your conversation that you had on your date has triggered him in such a way that it brings up certain wounds. And this is really not about you. It's really about the wound he has with his mother, or the wound he has growing up. And so that encounter is going to make him pull away. Okay, but he is not doing it to harm you. He's not doing it, and in most cases he's not even aware that he's doing it. And for the time that he's away, he's not even aware that I've been away for 2 weeks, I've been away for 10 days, I've been away a long time, right? He's not even aware because he's so busy trying to recover from the drowningness of the fact that he's in pain. A wicked man will not be generous, because he wants you to pay, and he wants you to serve him, he wants you to give to him. And a wounded man cannot be generous in moments because maybe he has been played before, maybe somebody has taken advantage of him before, or he just feels and has this wound that all my life women have been manipulating me, and women have been taking from me, and women have been using my love for them to get the best of me. So he's now acting out of a wound, not because he's not generous, but because he is wounded. Now we can have many of these examples, but I wanted to show you that there is a difference. The why is the difference. The why somebody is doing it is the difference. And the reality for the high value woman is we really have to understand that you understanding why is not going to be in service to you. Okay, it's gonna be in service to him. Okay, and a high value woman cannot preoccupy herself with really trying to figure out why. The reason I've done this video is because sometimes we perceive that somebody is acting out of a wound, and then we are compelled to be their healer. We're compelled to help them. We're compelled to do for them. So we step into the masculine because we're sensing on intuitive and instinctive level that this person is not doing this because they're wicked. They're doing this because they want reassurance. So what I'm going to do is step in, and I'm going to show them that I am safe and I'm a safe person. And I've been in relationships like this in the past where I have perceived that this is a genuinely decent person, but he's not moving in the way that he should because he doesn't feel safe. And then I have overcompensated and stepped into the masculine and stepped in and done his job for him, or chased him a little bit more, even if it's just energetic, or shown up a little bit more, or compromised my standards or my boundaries just so that he would know that I am safe. And this is a terrible, terrible idea. And wounded men and wicked men will always require that you self-abandon. They always require that for the relationship to work, you constantly have to be negotiating with yourself about your standards. You're constantly having to do, it's not something I would do, but I would do it now. This is when you know that you are in a situation that is unhealthy for you. The high value woman knows that she deserves to be pursued, she deserves to be wooed, she deserves to be courted, she deserves to be treated like the queen that she is, because she works her butt off to be a queen inside and out. She works her butt off to be a lady. She works her butt off to be great company and to just be a great person to be around. So she knows that the work she puts in means that she has every right to be treated like the queen that she is. And so we need to not allow a man's woundedness to draw us in to self-abandoning. We have to not allow the perception that, oh, he is wounded, not wicked, because he won't move with narcissistic vibes. He won't move with those sort of vibes. So it's easy for us to be like, he's not a bad human, but there's something else going on. It is not your job to figure out what is going on. It is your job to know what you are worth. It is your job to know what you deserve. And even a wounded man, when he finds what he wants, will be ready and willing to confront his wounds. He'll be ready and willing to deal with himself because he's found something that is priceless, and he's not going to let his demons get in the way of getting what he wants. It is perfectly fine if you want to date a guy that you know is wounded, if you are dating a man that you know is wounded. Do not engage in anything serious. Do not get into any exclusivity contracts without requiring that he go to therapy, he go for counseling, he go and get help alongside with you. We ladies have to realize that this principle applies to us. It's not just, oh, let the men go fix themselves. You and I have to fix ourselves. You and I have to go and get the help that we need. Because when you are wounded, you don't see how you're manifesting. And if you're watching this video and you know you're wounded, I am going to give you 100% guaranteed gold stamp that you are manifesting as a wicked person. Because you, in order to regulate your feelings, you're probably shutting yourself down and denying the person that you're going to be dating the pleasure of who you are. You're going to be withholding what you know they need. You're going to withhold validation. You're going to withhold love. You're going to withhold praise. You're going to withhold the best version of you, and they're going to perceive that as wickedness. You are going to do and say things that are mean and not realize that they're mean because you have the judge in your head that speaks to you like you don't mean anything. And so when you do it to other people, you don't realize you're doing it. When you are wounded yourself and you are not taking positive action and co-regulating. Co-regulating is what we do when we go to therapists, when we go to shrinks, when we get a coach. We're saying, help me to heal. Because I want to break this down for you ladies, and I want to be 100% with you. You can only self-regulate to a point. If you have been in personal development, you've read every book, you've watched every video, and you have been self-regulating. Congratulations. Well done. I am so proud of you. But I need you to know that will only bring you to the halfway point of your healing. If you really want to be a healed woman who's on a healing journey forever to be healed, but healing with every day that you wake up and being a better and better version of yourself and releasing more and more of your feminine energy, you need a professional to co-regulate with. You need somebody who will interrogate your insecurities and your fears, somebody who will shine a light on your narratives so that you can be aware of them, somebody who is going to question you, somebody who's going to not let you get away with any BS, who's not going to let you stop painting beautiful pictures in the sky, somebody who is going to require that the authentic and truest version of you comes out, and you cannot do that for yourself. This is why God created us to be interdependent. We need others. We need people. And the healthiest human beings on the earth are the ones that understand that. The healthiest human beings to know are the people who understand that they need people. Walking around saying I don't need anybody is a manifestation of your wound. We all need help with our mental and emotional health. You know, I was I was speaking yesterday at a summit, and somebody asked a question and said, so what are the practical things that we can do, you know, if we've been raised in a single family household and we've become very high masculine energy. And throughout the summit, myself and RC Blakes had been really talking about healing the wound, healing the trauma to release the feminine energy. And so it's as though it didn't quite register. And I understand that, because I remember people saying the same thing, heal. And I'm like, what's that got to do with the price of eggs? Just get me a man, okay? I just need to be pretty, and I just need to be in the right places, and I just need to wear the right dresses. So please stop telling me about healing, right? So it always felt like a rich woman's option. Like, ain't nobody got no time or money for therapy or coaching. Just give me the 1, 2, 3s, give me the strategy so we can do that. And I realized that this person was hearing it from that place that I used to be at, where it was like, no, honey, just give me practical tools so that I can release my feminine energy. And I had to say to her, the most practical thing you will ever do, the most practical thing you will ever do to release your feminine energy is to get the help, is to hire a therapist, to hire a counselor, to hire a coach that does healing work, is to find a modality to heal, whether it's a spiritual guru who is in the place of internal healing. It is so important that all of us, every woman who intends to call herself high value, to move on the earth as high value, and to create a high value lifestyle, and to attract a high value masculine man. It is a non-negotiable. It is not up for debate. It is not something up for compromise. Ladies, listen to me very carefully. This is not something we get to negotiate. Getting help to co-regulate is what's going to stop you from showing up as a wicked human being to other people. Because when you're wounded, you don't see that you manifest exactly the same as a wicked woman. You will manifest your hypergamy as a gold digger. You will manifest your femininity as an entitled brat. You will manifest everything we teach you here from the wrong place, and a man will always feel like there's something off, and he will perceive you to be a wicked woman, when all you are is a woman that has not dealt with fully and completely her wounds. I want to challenge you as we end this year and go into the new year. Make it your number one priority, above all else, to hire yourself a therapist, a counselor, a coach, to get on a program that you know brings healing. I want this program to be a healing program. If you're part of the Black Swan Relationship Academy, I want you to go into the Soulmate Attraction System course, and I want to challenge you to do it with a coach. I want you to get one of our coaches or myself to help you heal completely, to help you regulate with you, and to carve the rest of your destiny. I want your New Year's resolution to be before 2022 ends, and for those of you who can, before 2021 ends, I need to be in a regular coaching session until I am a healthy person and manifest the world around me as a healthy person who doesn't come across as toxic. I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and we were doing a lot of deep work, and we were coming to the end of it, and I said to her, you're going to need more hours than I initially quoted you, because so much is coming up for you right now that we just cannot ignore, And she said, Chengi, I understand, leave it with me, I'm going to come back. I said, fine. When I was talking to her on another call, and I was like, how are you doing? She's like, I'm fine. When I finish this, I'm going to go and do my cleaning job. So I was like, oh, because she was, a corporate girl, she's doing well. I didn't understand. And she said, oh, I took a cleaning job so that I could pay you for more hours. And I have had women who are in wheelchairs who just feel they deserve love. And, a client of mine once said, you know what, Chengi, I'm going to fundraise. I fundraise for other organizations. I fundraised for other people. But I need to fundraise for myself. I need to grow. I need to find my value. I need to find my worth. And if I have to fundraise this money, I'll be back. These are high value women. These are people that know that their mental and emotional health is the game changer. We can talk about femininity until the cows come home. We can talk about being high value until the cows come home. But we have to understand that mindset, heart position, a healed heart is the best commodity that we need in life. Whether we want to upgrade our careers, do better in business, show up in the world in a way that makes people not understand us better. When I was much younger, my wounds were so deep and so many, and I hadn't really started working through a lot of my pain. And whilst I've worked through it, I've still got way more to work through, and I'm always working on myself. I'm always seeking the help that I need to grow my mind and my heart all the time. And some of you will perceive it in smaller ways in me. And one of my coaches was saying that her friend was saying, whoa, she's grown. Yes, it's not coincidental. I haven't grown because the channel has grown. I grow because I work on myself all the time, and I get co-regulation. So it's really important for us to realize that the most precious thing we get to bring into life is a healthy heart, a healthy mind. The most precious thing we bring to a relationship is just being a healthy, safe space. And it's okay when you take that great care of yourself and you have that self-care in your heart. It is not just okay, it's amazing, it's important that you are able to ask that of a man that is in your life. Say, you know what, I take a lot of care of my mind and my heart. What do you do to take care of your mind and your heart? What are the stuff that you take to take care of your mind and your heart? You know, or you've got a great body. I think you've got a fantastic body, but what do you do to take care of your mind and your heart? Because if you don't do that, if you don't require that the men that you are dating take care of their minds and hearts as well as you do, I want you to find out who are their influencers, who do they follow on social media, who do they consider their mentor and their guru. And that can be everything. That can be everything. I want you to take your mental and emotional health seriously so that you can have the wherewithal and a sense of worth to require that the man that you are dating takes his, at least somebody who wants to be in an exclusive relationship with you, at least somebody who wants to build a future with you. It should be a non-negotiable that they go and get help. They need to talk through their stuff. And these are the safest people. And I know it sounds like, oh my goodness, but to be honest with you, it's really important because woundedness manifests in wickedness. Woundedness is what is destroying relationships at 100 miles an hour. Wounded people getting married, wounded people dating. It's woundedness that creates this toxicity within dating and relationship spaces. And the more as women we start to require more of ourselves and more of the men that we date, we can begin to deal with this issue. Ladies, I know sometimes we sit there and think, I can't afford it, but I want you to research it and I want you to find the person, find a recommendation, join Black Swan Relationship Academy, figure out how much it's going to cost you, put it on your mirror and say, I'm going to work my butt off to afford this. And when I do, I'm going to get the help that I need and that I deserve. I hope that this video has done what I hoped it will do, challenged you to your higher, better, and more supreme self, so that you can truly sit there and say, you know what, I'm high value, I'm high status, I'm high worth, and I deserve what I crave in love, life, and business. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. But in the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye.